UsualSuspect6.com.
Y'all get an opportunity at the belt, but once again, we so blessed to fight him.
We're giving you an opportunity.
He got the belt. He got the belt.
We came to y'all.
He got the belt. He did not come to. That's what you say. He did not come.
No matter how they try to belittle you, attack your character, create lies and false narratives, understand two things. We dress clean and we fight clean. Salute to the clean fighters.
They claim that this community is so drug-free, but it don't look that way to me.
And I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
As usual suspects here.
Usual suspect. Usual suspect.
What's up, everybody? What's up? You know what I'm saying? We're back. Tales from the B-Side, episode lucky number 13. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, KG. I'm currently solo dolo at the moment. My co-host is in traffic. They said they had bad weather. They said, well, you know how New York is. Everybody knows how New York is. So shout out to the chat for pulling up early. I usually don't do this on this show, but I do it today because, like I said, we got to fill spots. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that pulled up early. Shout out to my boy D-Man Jr. You know what I'm saying? Dope man. Shawa. Hello, Queen. How are you? You know what I'm saying? I knew you were going to be one of the first to pull up. You know what I'm saying? And to everybody that will be slowly creeping in, and to the lurkers looking, you know what I'm saying, from the rafters. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is Tales from the B-Side. I don't have any B-Side stories currently for everybody, but we can talk about what we saw yesterday with Dillian White showing a F side of himself. You know what I'm saying? F plus side of himself. So going forward, what I'm hearing, this is all I've been hearing all day. Moses Atuma is supposed to be, he's supposed to be him now. But if you guys tapped in earlier on the Usual Suspects Sunday, you know what I'm saying, with the usual suspects, myself, 503, Stay Ready Mac, and our fella, the Mad Scientist, we kind of talked about that today. We asked, you know what I'm saying, the question, is he him? And I said, us in America, we hold ourselves at a high standard. So us being at a high standard, we still look down, you know what I'm saying, at the people from across the water. So I don't think he's done enough yet. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to come over and get some American seasoning. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen Jermaine Franklin in a minute, but he might be a good fill. You know what I'm saying? Here go my boy 503, and he pops up at the same time as, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't know when this guy was going to show up. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my boy 5 for popping up in the, you know what I'm saying, the building. If you own 5, you know what I'm saying, shout out to people real quick so we can roll the guest in, and, you know what I'm saying, we can chop it up with our, you know what I'm saying, with our special guest. What's up with you, 5?
Yo, what's cracking with it, man? Salute to Mr. Tales from the B-Side. Salute to the chat, man. Hello, world. We got the Pac-Man in the building. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Hey, without further ado, you know what I'm saying, the guy name speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying? Inboxing, in the medical world, In fight camps, this guy, you know what I'm saying, he is a voice, you know what I'm saying? People call him. He don't know why sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? He's that guy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that he's gonna bring in with him, and shout out to my guy, you know what I'm saying? Pac-Man, you know what I'm saying? Tay Jones.
Man, what's up with you, man? I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, babe. What's up with you, babe? There he is right now, man.
Man, just getting back in town. I've been out of town past 5 days. So yeah. I need
You was
to
out there
Vacating?
fishing in them keys, huh?
Yeah, I was down in them keys, man, for sure.
Yeah.
What you
Down
catch?
in
You
them
catch some
keys.
conch?
Man, no, I ain't catch no come, but I showing up ate some. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt good to be back because I'm born in Miami.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So like it felt good to be back. You know what I'm saying? It felt good to be back. I even took me a 6 mile run around the coast, man. So
How the air out there when you was running? Was it?
it was real, bro. It was real because, like I say, man, it's hot. It's hot here, but when you off the coast and it's hot, you get that moisture, so it's muggy and everything. It's sticky. You can go outside for 2 minutes. You sticky after that. So
So look, that type of training right there versus high altitude.
I ain't gonna lie, but that high altitude different. That high altitude different, man. Nah, for sure it is. Cause like I say, man, how can I explain it? Well, I tell you this: one of my amateur fights, I knew I was in shape, but man, it felt like by the time I finished, you only going 3 rounds, but you're going
Yeah.
3 hard rounds. It felt like my chest was burning, and when I went up there to train one time, and we had to fight. Man, matter of fact, we fought in the world ring size in Missouri, but we had right after the Missouri world ring size, we went to another event that was in Colorado Springs. Man, whoo, I felt the same thing, and I say, man, this is different. So that what made me start training in high altitude mass and stuff.
Okay. Because they got them fake masks out here. I was training a guy, and I guess we had the real one, and we found out that day. This kid trained so hard, never took the mask off. And I come around the corner. I said, bro, you supposed to take that mask off 10, 15 minutes ago. He took
Right.
it off, and the first breath of air that hit his lungs after coming out that mask, he damn near collapsed. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, it happened to you for sure, because it damn sure almost happened to me too.
Man. So like you know what I'm saying? That was the one fight that the altitude, you know what I'm saying, pretty much then played a part. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, like what other hindrances would you say, you know what I'm saying, played a factor?
Play like for us what? For us like breathing or just training?
Like preparation for fights, you know what I'm saying? Like mainly let's say your 2 L's, the 2 L's that you took, you know what I'm saying? Like the preparation.
Man,
Like
honestly, like the first one was like majority of one being unprepared, two being just had like literally my coach, Coach Lopez, matter of fact, Najee Lopez and Hakeem Lopez father, Coach Lopez, before he passed, he was training me. And so he literally like maybe like a week before we had got a call about that fight. He was like, man, go and take some time off, man. We can't get a fight. And I had already been training like I'll say about 2 months, 8 weeks. And he told me to take some time off. And then Wednesday roll around, hey man, we need you to get to the gym. I'm like, huh? Fight came about, and they said, oh, you got to weigh in at 50, which was cool because it was supposed to be 47. This before I went down to 40. And it was supposed to be at 47. And then when I got there, the guy was I guess because he didn't know what I looked like being on the B side. And you can do like a pre-weigh-in, weigh yourself or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And he stepped on the scale, he was 58. And I told him, I said, hey, he's 58, bro. What's going on? And shit, man. And just knowing me, and we had already traveled because that fight was in not Greensboro, but Raleigh. It was in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, it was in Raleigh, North Carolina. And shit, that's 4 hours. I'm like, man, we ain't finna leave without this bread. Yeah, we ain't finna leave without this bread. So I just drank some water and hopped on the scale. You know what I mean? That was a big thing. And then the second one with Julius and Dongo, man, being I ain't gonna say unprepared because I was definitely prepared, but I didn't spar for that fight. Yeah,
You didn't spar?
I didn't spar for that fight. No, I didn't spar for that fight. Matter of fact, the very first day, the second day after I got the call, so the second day after, I was in the gym and I was sparring as amateur, and my coach Mustafa had me rolling shots. Now as I was rolling, the guy hit me with his knuckles, but it didn't hit me in the kidney. It hit me like right on my spine in my back. So like my lower back, like I could barely bend over, I could barely run, anything. So you could say unprepared to a certain extent, but I ain't spar for that fight. Only thing I did was run sprints, getting the elevation match. Everything I did for that fight was elevation match and running. We sparred like a 2 days before I went out there just to see, you know what I'm saying, just to see where I was at. I did 3 rounds and that was it. I ain't do no spar.
You got anything for him, 5?
For sure. I want to take it back, man. Because I remember you kind of telling this story a little bit, but you started off playing football, right?
Yeah.
So what transitioned you from football into boxing? So football was your first love, then you start loving boxing. So what made you want to do the boxing?
Honestly, like I did every sport growing up. Like my stepdad, he was a 3rd-degree black belt martial artist. Well, yeah, he was because he's still alive, but he was a third-degree black belt martial artist. And I was doing not taekwondo, it was goju. I was doing a style of karate called goju, bamboo dojo. And shoot, man, tell you the truth, dog, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I thought I was the it, and I got in there with a female, and I think she was a green belt or something like that with 2 stripes on it, and she was getting ready to move up. You know, it was a sparring day. I ain't gonna lie, she whooped my ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. And she whooped my ass, and then that same day, you know how you kick in karate, so I kicked, and I remember breaking my big toenail. I was short, but I broke my big toenail off. And from that day forward, I told Pa, I said, "Buddy, look, man, we ain't doing that." Now, I was in the 5th grade. I'll never forget because they had to check me out of school because my toe messed up. I couldn't walk or nothing. And I was like, "But we ain't doing that no more." And then we play. Of course, I played football like you said. And then my stepdad, like I say, had me in all the sports. But when it came to football, Evander Holyfield's son was my dad on my dad team, and he was the Ewan Holyfield was the quarterback. And you know, just being around Holyfield, seeing him, man, and you know, I would look. I ain't know no better. You know, I used to pick at him, I used to go up to him and just stare at his ear. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, he used to invite us over to his house because again, like my dad was his coach or whatever. And Vander Jr. played with me. You know, Vander Jr. played with me, and shoot, man, just being around them, and I'm like, man, I really like this. But I also knew that like this man, he was he was fearless. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, growing up, I remember Pops taking me over my aunties and cousin's house just to watch the Tyson fight. We get there late. Shit, we ain't watching no fight. You know what I'm saying? And so just watching that, and then like I say, by the time I was like 11, 12, I got to middle school by 12, 11, 12, one of them, I can't really remember how old I was, but I was watching Vander, I was watching and Roy. I was just thrilled with Roy. I'm like, man, I ain't seen nobody who can do what he do. And here I am, like, man, I'm copying, you know, just like I was telling somebody on Twitter the other day, they were about 3 ninjas. I swear up and down, I was a ninja. You know what I'm saying? I was running through the house using my daddy karate stars and nunchucks and everything. And then once I started, you know, getting into boxing, I'm watching. I'm trying to imitate Roy. I'm moving fast and doing the whole cockfighting style and everything. And then it just dawned on me like, man, we're going to start boxing. So my dad, you know, would take me to Evander house and train at his gym, you know what I'm saying, when he had the mansion. And he'd train me himself, just like sharpening up my punches and stuff like that. But it quickly abrupted because I got, you know, football. By the time I got to high school, you know, in Georgia, football is like a job in high school down here now. And
Yeah.
I was going through football, and then my oldest brother, he played ball. He had a name. I ain't want to be, you know what I mean? I guess you could say a letdown. So he went to Westlake. I end up like, fuck, I'm gonna go to another school, get my own name. That's how I was. Went to a school, got my own name. And be honest with you, man, by honestly, bro, like when my brother was getting in trouble in the league, and here I am going through college football, and you know, it kind of intertwined because at the time he was with he was with Tennessee Titans, and I was at Chattanooga. So if you know anything about Nashville to Chattanooga, it ain't nothing but an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. But bruh stayed in Franklin, which is like literally 45 minutes. So I go from shit. When we get out of practice, I'm hitting the highway. You know what I'm saying? Go mess with bruh. When I come back, yeah, I smell like dope or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? It might have been times I come in from hanging out with them, and we got to be to the weight room at 6 a.m. They like, man, you loud, woo, 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 you know. But they would try to drug test me and stuff like that, and I'd never get caught. But the thing about it is not that I had anything to hide. I don't like weed. I don't like the way it make me feel. You know what I mean? If I can't control myself, you know, and no disrespect to anybody who does, but I just don't, bro. I just don't like the way it make me feel. You know what I'm saying? And it just things started going sour. You know what I mean? And him getting in trouble, they were thinking that he was giving me some of the past piss tests because the people I hung around from Atlanta, they was getting drug testing and failing it, but not even realizing that I don't like it. You know what I mean? And man, it was a tough period of my time to answer the question finally, man. It was a tough period in my life where here I am trying to make it. You know what I mean? My godfather trying to give me a shot, got me a shot with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And after that, dog, you know, when you get cut, you get released. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's a terrible feeling. And then you out here trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't really tell too many people this story, man. But man, my one of my best friends, like my brother, his grandma was the first grandma that gave me like grandma love.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I got kicked out of school twice when I was in college. You know, so I got kicked off the team, back on the team, but I also got kicked out of school twice. And so after the second time, and then I got back in school, but during that time, she was the only person to say, man, I know what you're going through. It had nothing to do with me being dumb or, you know what I'm saying, anything of that nature. It just, man, I had a lot of stuff going on. I had ended up getting this chick over here pregnant. My mom and my stepdad, they going through a divorce. She calling, telling me what he done did. He calling, telling what she done did. And then, you know, getting this girl over here pregnant. Then I'm told not to believe that she had a natural miscarriage. So I'm going through it. You know, I'm like, shit, I ain't 19, 20 years old. And man, to finally finish the story, man, she sent me back to school and she said, man, you got to graduate, bro. You tripping. You know, only person who sat me down and talked to me, you know what I'm saying? And shit, bro, she passed away. And then one thing about it, I was like, damn, I was kind of messed up because when she passed away, it was like that was her only thing that she wanted. It was literally 3 months away from me graduating too. And so that it's still to this day it hurt. And I'll never forget, like, man, football ain't here no more. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know I got a talent, you know what I'm saying, bro? Honestly, bro, like I said, I don't tell this story to a lot of people, but I fell asleep praying. And man, I woke up out of nowhere. I Googled boxing gym, and I ain't left since, bro.
Man,
I ain't left since. But like right before that, now what's crazy is I was coming from Chattanooga. I caught a little, I guess you could say, like a zip bus down to Atlanta to go to the funeral. And I'll never forget, I got to the airport. My mom was picking me up, but it was a person on the phone talking loud as hell. And my mom like, who that talking loud? You know, I don't know, man. But I double take, and it's Roy Jones Jr. You know what I mean? So like I say before, man, I don't know if that was God telling me, like, bro, you need to go get into this or whatever the case may be. But I remember seeing Roy, and I chopped it up with him for a few. And my mom picked me up. Then, like I say, after the funeral, I was just so stressed out. Like, I know it's something that I can do, that I can put my time into. because everything just going south, everything going wrong. And like I say, I was just praying. I fell asleep praying, bro. Swear to God, I fell asleep praying, and shit, I woke up Google Boxing Gym, man, and shit, it done took me all over the world, man.
So look, check this out. You leave football and you tie yourself to the sport that you have to be able to wear stress.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to be able to wear it. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't wear it, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna show up in the ring.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Based off of that, like, can you speak a little more to like the fighters that haven't faced any adversity yet, whether it's personal life or the ones that's going through it that don't know how to wear it? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you tell them something? Because I know that shit hurt, bro. I know it do. Like not even just you. I'm around kids that tell me what they're going through, and I'm like, it's how you wear it, man. You got to wear it, especially if you want to be in the hurt business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would just say, man, boxing is like life. You're gonna go through those. You're gonna go through the fire. You're gonna go through the gauntlet. It's just like when you first start off fighting. You know what I'm saying? When you first start off fighting, you learning the basics. Then once you get in the ring, you don't know how to move your head or defend yourself. Guess what? It's gonna hurt. Black eyes, deviated septum, yeah, eyes closing on you. Feel like your tooth got knocked out. The lip being busted, tongue being cut, eardrum being bust. So you're gonna go through that. So it's literally like the same thing in life. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give up in boxing, you're gonna give up in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people mess up, not understanding how they correlate. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing with football. My only thing was I correlated. I always knew that I wanted to be somebody, not famous or anything. I just wanted to be somebody. I didn't want to be, simply put, I didn't want to be another statistic, especially coming from College Park, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be another stat. So I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. But I did know if I use what I know from football, if I use from how I use from football to boxing and put it to like the aspects of life, I knew I was going to win. I knew I was going to win. I couldn't lose. I knew I was going to win. So, man, I just tell them, these guys, man, listen, stay down, stay on the grind. Because right before you give up, you never know. Like something life-changing going to happen. It may not be as big as you want it to be, but it'd be big enough to where you open your eyes, you look back 10 years later, say, damn, it happened. But I didn't know how it was going to happen, but it happened. So I would just say, man, stay down, stay grinding, you know, and again, seek or whomever you pray to, seek out. You know what I mean? And I ain't have nobody to talk to. The only person I could talk to was him. You know what I mean? So I would say, man, just stay down, stay looking at the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize, no matter how far is it out of reach. Because I tell people all the time, you got faith, right? You'll say you believe God. Then if you believe, how can you believe something that you never saw? It's the same thing with faith. How do you know you have faith if you never saw it? You never saw it. So basically what I'm saying is the same way you put your infrastructure in that, you put your emphasis on that, apply it to your life. Because again, at any moment, your life can change.
That's correct, bro. That's correct. Here's my boy Thomas them and finally made it in out of the weather. You know what I'm saying? He got a baby girl getting ready for college and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? He
I know how that is. Yeah, I know how that is. Yeah, I know how that is, man.
Was good. I mean, you guys keep cooking. I've been listening on the way in. You know, I just, hope everybody's doing well. Salute to everybody in the chat, on the panel. Y'all do your thing, you know what I mean? So, but it's great to be here. I appreciate you, Tay, for coming on, man. Hello, world.
Hello, world. Yes, sir.
Hey, Tay, I wanted to ask you something, and this is like changing gears back to when you were talking about the two fights. You said you had a majority decision in the fight.
Yeah, that was the what you call that? Damn, that was the first fight, right? That was
that was the first one.
Donnie Marshall. That was the Donnie Marshall fight.
All right, now
man,
look,
we know it's crazy. What about it though? What about it?
No. The whole thing. What about it? Like I said, this Tales from the B-Side. Majority damn decision. Do you felt it was yours, or You get what I'm saying? Somebody said no, it wasn't, and then 2 people said it was his.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you feel more so about yourself? You know what I'm saying, about the fight, or did you feel a way about the judges? You like, you telling me I didn't do enough to?
The shit, I ain't gonna lie though, like, cause it was only 4 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being truthful, man, I would say probably 2-2 or 3-2 my way, possibly. It just depends on what the judge was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that this guy was like, he was like 6'2". You know what I'm saying? He was like 6'1", 6'2". You know, I ain't number 5'8".
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I knew I had a hard time getting in there, but the style that I had at that time, it actually boded well for what he was doing because he was a long range guy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I remember one of the newspaper articles. I wish I can find it, but I remember one of the newspaper articles is like how they scored it is not how the tail of the fight. Because
Mm-hmm.
like he did catch me with a flash knockdown in the first round. Me being clumsy, off balance, he caught me. You know what I mean? But I popped right back up. You know what I'm saying? But man, I ain't gonna lie. Like I was pressing the action towards him. He was more of a shell fighter. But I knew I had to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end of it, like I said before, honestly, like it's his backyard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's his backyard. I'm on the B side. Though at worst, I was gonna get a draw at worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it was majority. And like I said before, man, with them 4 rounds, you can say 3-2 my way, or you can say 2-2. But I don't believe that he won 3 rounds. But then again, he had the knockdown, so that's like 2 rounds. Yeah. So, but I even jumping up, fought back, finished that round strong. Second round came, it was stronger. Third round, because I actually get stronger as the rounds goes on. So I knew I knew I was coming. It was a couple times that I caught him. You know what I mean? A couple times. It was more. I caught him more times than he caught me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like big shots, and that was before I actually learned how to sit down on punches. So I'm out there going for the fences. But you know, again, like I said before, when you're on the B side, man, good luck. You know what I mean? Good luck, because that, you know, I'm a realist. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna happen. They ain't gonna give you what you're looking for. You know, and the only time that happened, that was my third pro fight when I fought Brian Mullis. I was on the B side then. You know, you come and quiet the crowd, then that's when you know you got something going.
True.
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking about something as you was talking,
Mhm.
and it's something that I could be asking, you know what I'm saying, other guests when they come on.
Mhm.
All right, now, maybe not you, and maybe going forward, you can tie this to you, you know what I'm saying, since the, you know what I'm saying, the fighters that you still work with and the shows you go to. Do
Mhm.
you recognize some of these judges and be like, I already know what the hell you looking for? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I already, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as you show up there, you be like, oh man, this motherfucker right here. Hey man, make sure you do this. You get what I'm saying? That sort of thing.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that because especially in Atlanta, because I think I fought like 4 times in Atlanta. So especially in Atlanta, I know especially the judges, but also the referees
Yeah,
too.
them too.
So the referees, I know what the referee like. If you getting taking too many hits, you know what I mean, he gonna try to call the fight. You know what I mean? So you can't be getting hit that much, or you know, he ain't gonna really he gonna let you fight. So I be trying to be like, man, I hope I get him. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely be looking for sure. Even some of the judges that's in North Carolina, like different areas, because you know North Carolina more spread out than Atlanta-based boxing, right? So you got Nashville, Raleigh, Greensboro, all these different locations. So I'm like, man, I ain't seen too, but I know this one lady who was a judge, and I already know what she's looking for because I seen somebody on the B side completely beat the A side guy, and the only person who gave it a draw was her, and I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So it happens. That's why I say when you're on the B side, man, listen, I be watching. Like I say, even when I go to the shows, I just be looking around like, okay, I know if this fight go how I think it's gonna go, he gonna try to call it early. or he gonna let him fight, or she gonna judge it this way, or he gonna judge it that way. So yeah, I definitely be paying attention, even like the OTX cards and stuff like that, because I know who the judges are. Man, I be looking like, man, I want to know what she got down there. I know she got some bullshit, and it be true because like, who was it? My guy, dang, shoot, his name was just on. I be doing that when it come to boxing, man. Anyway, he was on the B side, and it was the first time that they gonna say the first time OTS had a card, but it was the first fight that ever went overtime, because you know they overtime, right? So it was the first fight that ever went overtime. He clearly won the fight. She was the only person that called the draw, which made that fight go to the scorecards. One person had it his way, one person had it the other way, but she called the draw. So when she called the draw, they had to fight an extra round. I'm like, man, but you know, it was a close fight, but I'm like, man, he probably edged it. But again, me knowing what she do, I can see how she did that. It happened.
I can just shake my head, man, because you know what I'm saying. I experienced some, you know what I'm saying, some janky referees, man. You know what I'm saying, some janky referees. You sit back, you like, come on now. We had a guy get punched in the shoulder. She started counting. She started counting, and then when he got back up, he got back up. This kid, you know what I'm saying, he had been shot in the leg, so he has a natural limp. She said, "Come to me." He takes a step, and it's the limp. You know what I'm saying, but it ain't no stumble. Waves the fight off. Waves the fight off.
Yeah, they do that. No, they do that. And that actually happened to me. Well, I didn't have a limp or anything, but that happened to me in the Dongo fight. Told me to come here, asked me was I good? Asked me was I good? I said yeah. Asked me was I good? I said yeah. Wiped my gloves off. We was getting ready to go fight. Nigga goddamn waved his hands.
Waving it off.
Yeah. I was good.
That's
that
crazy.
was the crazy part, but you know, you live and learn, man.
I got a question. Real quick. It's gonna be quick. PD.
Man, ain't gotta be quick, man. Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Man, bro, I remember seeing the viral clip of you knocking dude out, man. I think that was like your last fight in Atlanta, and the shotgun sound went viral, like it went all across social media everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You was real hot at the time. Right. Why you didn't follow up with another fight? Was it hard getting another fight after coming out such a great performance?
Nah, man, it's crazy you asked that, man. Man, one thing for sure, two things. Like the thing about that was literally, I want to say that was 2021. Yeah, that was that? Nah, that was 2022. Yeah, that was 20. Okay, so here's the thing. I was actually supposed to fight like September because that fight was early 2022, right? Yeah.
No, it was. I just looked. It was September 21.
September 21, right? Yeah. So I was actually so that's okay. So yeah, that's what it was. It was September 21. Now the only thing about that was my wife at the time. My wife, she at that time, we just we was having a baby on the way, and shoot, I want to say September, October, November. We found out like I want to say it was October, something like that. But right around getting ready for the trilogy fight in 2021, we had a miscarriage. The trilogy fight with Deontay and Fury, we had a miscarriage. So of course, you know, I felt the type of way, and then like I was still trying to get a fight after that, but I was actually supposed to fight like late August 2022. Yeah, I was supposed to fight late August 2022, but I ended up having a car wreck. Yeah. No, I was supposed to fight September. So I had my car wreck September 1st. Yeah. I had a car wreck. But the thing about it is, man, after that fight, what people don't know is before that fight, I actually had a torn labrum, and I didn't know I had a torn labrum. So I was already having like problems like with motion and range in my arm and stuff like that. And shoot, man, I didn't never follow up. And then of course I had the accident. So it's crazy that happened because I'm like, man, this the opportunity to keep going. You know what I mean? But it just seemed like every time I get in the ring, I get going, another injury. You know what I'm saying? I get in the ring, keep going, another injury. Or before it was, I get in the when I beat the kid from the on the B side for a whole year and a half, I couldn't get a fight after that. Yeah. So, but that's what it was, man. Like I say, I know my wife at that time. I found out we had a baby on the way. Then we had the miscarriage, and then of course, I fought. Shit, man, it was just never came together, man. And that was the bad part about it. It's always like if you look at the box rec, it's always a year. Something happened, a year. Something happened, a year. Something happened. So it's just like, damn. I want them to catch a break.
I remember that. I remember because not only did you knock that guy out on that shot 503, I don't know yet. I think you dropped him like 2 times before that.
Yeah, I did.
That same fight, I think you dropped him. He really messed that kid up.
Yeah.
And then I do remember you got into the accident because we saw you in 2022 when Deontay fought over here in New York.
Yeah, so that's when I had that big ass gash in my head. Yeah.
So
yeah, man, it's crazy because it never came to fruition. And a lot of times, and truthfully, like because of some of the things that happened with Deontay, and I guess me seeing how boxing is, sometimes like a lot of that stuff made me not like boxing. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff made me look at boxing a different spectrum. And that's why I say it's really a business, but it's only a business once you get in that top 10, that top 5. That's when it become a business. You know what I'm saying? But where I'm at, or what I was doing, is pretty much it's still what you call that. It's still a sport. You know where I'm at, but up there it's a business. So, and I was just mixing the two. I'm like, man, they doing this. But what's crazy is because this is Tales from the B-Side. I'm gonna say this. I think it was Norman Jr.'s first fight in America as him up age. He fought on my card. I forgot who I fought a guy named Charles Johnson. And he actually is in the MMA. Like he's on the UFC. He on UFC. So he to this day, he's still the toughest guy I fought. Man, listen. I knew about like when people talk about the glove situation and stuff like that. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Because it happened to me that same fight. It was crazy because Deontay came to that fight. You know, I had a onward gloves, and then before I know it, the commission he came to my locker room and he was saying, "Your fighter want to know if he can use these gloves." Now the gloves that he had were gloves that was already worn. I'm like, my coach like, boy, hell no. They already worn, they crinkly and everything. Like it wasn't no horsehair gloves, or I guess you could say MX or anything. It wasn't no MX. They were just, man, it looked like they've been worn already. So we was like, no. And it was kind of funny that they asked that because here it is, we already gloving up. Why is he not gloved up already? You know what I'm saying? When they ask people to wear their gloves, they normally ask that before the fight. You know, they tell you to bring your gloves. We'll check them if you can wear them or not, and which I did. And it was before the fight, before people even started coming into the venue because all the fighters had to be there early. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. But then again, when it happened to D, I'm like, brother, the same shit happened to me. So I used like I'm not on. I never probably will get to his level or anything of that nature. Just being realistic, but I can see how people can get turned away from boxing, man. I can see, and it definitely did turn me away because I'm right here next to him. You see what I'm saying? I'm understanding what's going on. I'm seeing what's going on. And then the fight that y'all talking about when I knocked the guy out, believe it or not, that was a WBC card. And that's not even that. Honestly, wasn't even a guy that they was trying to get me to fight.
Yeah.
But because my shoulder just started healing, I was coming off an injury, right? I was coming off an injury. It was a lady named Terry Moss. It was her show. She was like, nah, I'm not gonna let him fight who y'all want him to fight because his shoulder is still messed up. He's actually doing me a favor. That's what that was about. But then she also told him, like, listen, this kid ain't got number 5 amateur fight, so no matter who he fight, he don't supposed to win anyway because he got the least amount of experience.
Yeah.
So that's when they reconsidered because that was a WBC card. They promoted along with Terry Moss on that, and I already felt some type of way fighting on that card because of Mauricio.
Did you show up with the freeze gun? Told them you was ready. You was spraying the shoulder when you showed up.
No, you know what's crazy? That was actually the same year I started a business, but it was maybe like October of that same year, October, November that same year.
Okay.
So enough well.
You said something about gloves, and I was kind of damn telling Thomas, you know what I'm saying, to not. But go ahead, Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Because he already kind of
That was yeah. I had a question. So I know we were going to talk about like your career and what you've seen, but
this is part of his career.
You know part of your career is you've been in camps of other fighters and you've seen things as well. So I've always wanted to know that situation in the third Deontay Wilder fight with Fury. You was there. I believe it was you and Don House was there checking the gloves, and the gloves were real thin. They were messed up. What happened in that situation? And what they told you. And the other question is, did you guys did Deontay switch gloves because of it?
Yeah, he actually switched gloves. Okay, so long story short, I wasn't even supposed to be in that room.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen Coach Don House leaving. I'm like, where you going, Coach? He's like, I'm finna go over to check the glove. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go with you. Shit, I went, I'm going too. I'm going to see if everything on the up and up. Part of that is my fault because the part that I say I take blame in is because I started filming after they took his gloves out. And it's funny you asked me that question because when this is a sock.
Yeah.
His gloves came, they was rolled up like this. Both of them. They was on top of each other like this.
Get the fuck
rolled
out.
Up with it like with the what you call it, the string, the string coming up in the gloves.
Yeah,
it came rolled up like this. This how they came rolled up. I swear to God, this
all their gloves.
What gloves come like that? Period.
They had a bunch of them.
Now watch this. Now I don't know if you can hear the audio, right? So that's why I say I take blame in it too because I didn't show that part. I only showed where when I cut in, you see his gloves, you see Deontay gloves.
Yeah.
But the part that I didn't show is when they came stacked up like this. They pulled them out of. They pulled them out. They weren't even no shoebox, like a plastic bag, right? They pulled them out of there, but Deontay gloves came, like they normally.
Yeah, stacked up like regular gloves.
His gloves came rolled up, stacked on top of each other like this, and I was like, me and Don House looking at each other like, what the fuck? Now keep in mind, Don House, he made the UFC gloves.
Mm-hmm.
That's his creation. So he knows about the gloves. So when I'm looking, he looking at me, I'm looking at him. I'm like, hell no. I said out loud, I say, hell no. And then he looking like, he had like a dumbfounded look on his life, like, I can't believe y'all really doing this right now. So then they pull out his gloves. Then they show a part where they cut some of his glove and they cut some of Deontay glove.
Yeah.
But when you see his gloves, of course it's inmate, so it's gonna be a little flatter.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a cushion flat, it was like flat with the little horsehair sticking out. I'm like, man, hell no. But see, people making it seem like I don't know what I'm looking at because you don't know what horsehair gloves look like. But if you listen to the conversation, that's why I be trying to say, listen to the audio. At first, I wasn't even gonna say nothing. I was tapping down House on the lid, like, bro, let's get the fuck up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even say nothing, because he wasn't gonna say nothing at all. And they was like, well, are you gonna agree, Coach Don House? And I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Let's go. I'm sending it up under my breath. Then the commission say, you got something to say? I wasn't gonna say nothing. Then I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing first. He asked again. He say, well, tell us. You seem like you got something to say. I said, man, y'all know that's some bullshit. That's when I say, man, listen, Lawrence Okolie fought on Canelo undercard. I think that 2021. Because that's when the third fight happened. I think it was either November or October 2021. Lawrence Okolie fought in them same MX gloves made by them same people. With not Lawrence Okolie, but the guy who fought Lawrence Okolie fought in them same gloves on Canelo card in that same arena. Now the commission say all of the I forget the name of the gloves that he had. Patron. He said all of the Patron gloves that come in come like this. I said, man, I know you fucking lying. Ain't no way, because you can't tell me that all the gloves come stacked up like this when I know they're supposed to come like this. So if you telling me that, then y'all on some dirty shit. Not only that, the guy who fought Lawrence Okolie on that Canelo undercard, he had Paffin MX gloves. Not only that, on the undercard, the prelims, 2 fighters from the UK had on Paffin's MX gloves. They did not look like Furies. They did not look like Furies. But if you listen to the audio of the video, that's what I'm explaining to them. They're trying to tell me that all the gloves come like this. I'm like, I know y'all fucking lying. So I took the video. Me and Don House, we said before we say anything, we're gonna tell D. Now Fury, he's sitting right behind us. He hear everything going on. Oh, he didn't say anything. Him nor his coach at the time, they weren't saying anything because they knew I was telling the truth. I said, man, them gloves don't supposed to come stacked on top of each other like that. He said, well, we showed you when we cut it. I said, listen, even if you cut some MX gloves, yes, it's gonna be it's gonna be a flat cushion. You can press it's gonna be a flat cushion. His shit was flat with the hair sticking out of it. I'm like, man, hell no, man. Man, no. So I went back over to the locker room, and then because I got into it with Fury, brother, I went back to the locker room. I said, hey D, check this shit out. I said, look at this shit. D like, oh hell no. I said, bro, this how this nigga gloves is, bro. He said, man, because D was telling me the same thing. He said, bro, they supposed to be a little cushy. His shit was not cushy at all. Yeah. So when D went over there himself, that's when he was like, fuck it. I'm gonna wear the same gloves too. I'm gonna wear some MS gloves too. But the only thing about it, every time he's wore some MS gloves, he's always broke his hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just been like, damn, like I always feel like, damn, I shouldn't have just sometimes I feel like maybe I shouldn't have said something, but then again, what type of brother would I be not to say anything? Because let truth be told, that's what me and Shelly Finkel fell out at. You know, Shelly Finkel, he got mad at me for doing that. You know what I'm saying? He say, man, why did you tell Deontay? I'm like, the fuck you mean? Why did I tell Deontay? What are you talking about? Well, who told you go over there? Man, don't worry about who told me go over there. Why is you telling me not to tell him? Well, you know Deontay get riled up over stuff. I don't give a damn. You ain't getting in the ring. He is.
Yeah.
And not only that, like I said before, it's happened to me, so I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, nah, man, hell nah, man. So that's why me, like, I don't never, like, me and Shelly, bro, like, we cool. Like, I ain't gonna say we cool. It's just that's why they say don't burn your bridges. Thomas, I think, was you there when Shelly Finkel had fell in New York?
Yeah. He busted his face. I think Drew showed me the picture. His face is all cut up.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, me and still then we wasn't still seeing eye to eye. But who helped him up? Who helped him get to the hospital? I did. I didn't have to do that. But ever since then, Shelly has, like, I guess you could say, a newfound respect. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, bro, I'm not the enemy, brother. But again, I know, man, listen, I don't mess with Shelly like that. I still think to this day he had something to do with it. And then at the same time, Fury blatantly told us he had something to do with it. You know, he told the whole world. Wow. You know what I mean? So again, bro, like Shelly said that to me. Shelly told me, bro, he said, who told you to go over there? Why would you tell Deontay? I told him, what the fuck you mean? Why would I not tell him?
You like my gut told me to go over there. And I came back and my gut told me that they're going to, you know what I'm saying, have my man's best interest in heart.
Man,
they're going to let him know what's going on.
I just asked Coach where he was going. He was like, I'm finna go over here, check the gloves. I was like, shit, I looked around, everybody talking. I'm like, shit, I'm finna go with you then. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I went to go check, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we me and Shelly had words for each other. And then what, Mike Coppinger that same weekend, we was already at each other next anyway, because Mike Coppinger had lied on me to Shelly. You know what I mean? So we was already at each other next. When I first touched down in Vegas, we got to arguing. You know what I'm saying? And then a couple days later, that happened. We still was at each other next. But I cut Shelly ass out, man. And I don't disrespect no elders, but I cussed his ass out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's warranted, man. It ain't about age. Sometimes it's your experience that counts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't care about your age. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to disrespect you, man. But come on now, man.
Right.
That don't make dumb sense right now. You telling me don't check something when I can see something and then don't say nothing?
Yeah.
That's my guy.
But he telling me, or you should have just told Malik, or you should have just told Jay. Why do I need to tell them?
I'm going straight to the horse.
Thank you. That was my whole argument. Like, bro, what are you talking about, man? That way you see I'm getting a little upset about it.
No, man, you get me amped right there because I'm just like, God damn, you telling me look, and you supposed to be on my team? You telling me don't say that to no, come on now, bro. Now if something happened to that man and I didn't say something, we done seen movies.
Yeah.
We done seen movies. You hear that damn Full House music playing in the background. Everybody feels sad about it, and you sitting there looking silly because you're like, damn, I should have said something.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, like, come on, man. Yeah. Nah, for sure, bro. Like, to this day, that still eats at me. It still eats at me. You know what I'm saying? To this day, it still eats at me. Because again, like I say, the only part or the only blame that I take in that part is not showing the full thing. I started recording. You can tell that I started recording how they got the gloves already out. But what people never saw is how they came. And like I said before, they came rolled up like this, stacked on top of each other with a string around them. And I'm me and Dunn House looking like, what the fuck? Hey, I'm sorry for the language, but I'm like, man, what?
The video I saw two guys from their team and you and Don House. Who are those two guys?
So it wasn't two guys from their team. Nobody would at first. It was just the two guys from the commission.
Okay,
and then it was me and Don House, and then the middle of us arguing.
Yeah, the two guys from the commission were saying that they were okay.
Yeah, they were saying that it's okay. And like I said before, I wasn't even saying anything at the time. I'm talking under my breath to Don. I'm like, man, let's get the fuck out of here, man. And then I'm like, out of nowhere, I'm like, man, hell no, Don, because they was asking Don House to make a choice on what he was gonna do. I was like, man, hell no. I said, hell no. I said it just like that. Then they were like, you got something to say? And I was like, man, I wasn't even trying to go there with them. I was just really trying to go let D know what was going on. I wasn't trying to say nothing. But he pushed me to say something because he asked me again. He was like, you seem like you got something to say. And the way he said it, that's when I spoke. Like, bro, you know damn well, don't no gloves come like that.
Yeah. So, and one of the reasons I asked is because we know that there's been controversy with the gloves from the first and second fight. You know, so those two guys from the commission there should be aware of that as well, as far as, you complaining or speaking about the gloves. So that's what I'm saying. If the commission just let it rock like that, that's crazy.
It did, bro. I'm telling you. That's why I'm like, what? Crazy. That's that, man. Man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was crazy though. Like I said before, the only blame I take is the part that I should have started filming from the time I walked in the door, and it would have made a whole bunch of sense to everybody else. But I was just thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Hopefully people listen to the audio, because if you listen to the audio, I state what I just said about the Kevin Iole fight and the two other fights as well. Not only that, those guys I personally know told me. So that's why I'm like, man, y'all lying. But then all of a sudden, after that fight, everybody from the commission leave, and they withdraw from their positions, but it was never talked about.
These are things. I asked that because these are things that we got to look for, and why we bring different fighters each week to talk about different stories of some shenanigans that happen behind the scenes before fights or even after fights. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, bro.
That was I always wanted to know what was the outcome of that and who were those two guys. And
those two guys from the commission. They was from the commission. Like, I don't remember their names or anything, I don't even know if they still with the commission. You know what I'm saying? Because of course we haven't fought in Vegas or whatever. Well, Deontay hasn't fought in Vegas or anything. Even when I was out there with Norman for his fight, previous fight in the fight he had, 2 years ago in 2022 fighting I forget buddy name U.S. Olympic team. I didn't see them then, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like damn, like I don't even know if I'm gonna see them again, because at the same time, after that fight, a lot of people resigned. A lot of people resigned, and it never got talked about. It was just funny. A month after they fight, people resign. Crazy.
That's bananas.
That's the commission though, man. Because like I said, I didn't been around commission where they keep you in the know. They keep you them, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I didn't see some janky damn commission where they sign off on hand wraps and gloves, and this dude was turned this way on his phone the whole time, and he just looks back like, oh yeah, all right.
Man, listen, I be trying to tell people like, and people, they just act ignorant to the fact that this stuff can't happen. It can, man. Even on a level I am, like, even on a I guess you could pretty much say a novice level. You know what I'm saying? Local area, regional area type of fighter, right? Club fighter, right? There's been times the commission, he'll be in there, man. He might be texting, he might be turning around talking to this person, team you over again, getting your hand take. Hey, coach, hey, man. You know what I mean? So coach might try to add an extra layer and all that old stuff like that. So like they ain't really paying attention to everything you're doing. This is a fact. This ain't a lie. This is a fact. Even when I fought on the B side of North Carolina, not the what's his name? Not the Donnie Marshall fight, but the Brian Mullis fight when I came to North Carolina for a second time. When I actually fought at 140. I think we weighed in like 143 or something like that, right? For that fight, it wasn't no commission in the room.
Jeez.
I've seen that before too.
It was no commission in the room. They just came back and put an X on my gauze and went on about their day. You know what I'm saying? It like I know for a fact what fight that was. I think it was the Stavern 2 fight, if I ain't mistaken. Man, shit, the commission was standing at the door. He was standing at the door. He only came in, he watched Deontay rap or whatever case may be. Other than that, man, he was at the door. These guys just don't be, zoomed in on everything you're doing. Nah, man, they be texting, they be laughing, talking to the team, everything. They ain't just, when I think the only person, I can't think of his name, when we fought in LA, when it was the first Fury fight, that was the first time I seen that man pull up a chair, sit right there and then say nothing to nobody the whole time, watched him pace back and forth, walk, went to the bathroom with him and everything. That was the first time that I ever seen that, for sure.
Wow.
For sure. And like I say, and the King Kong fight too. I can't forget that the King Kong fight too. That was the only 2 times I ever seen somebody really just lock in to pay attention.
Was that in New York?
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, the first one. The first
because I've heard New York is really strict when it comes to that.
Yeah. Well,
my friend has told me that they walk you to the bathroom sometimes. I mean, I know it's not going to be all the time, but New York, they say, is really strict.
But that only fight that because he fought in Barclays a lot of times, but definitely for sure the Ortiz fight, the Los Angeles fight with Fury, the first fight, the first fight, and definitely the third fight. Now it was like 5 of them in the locker room for the third fight. It was like 5 of them, all of them in the chair with their suits on, just sitting there, all of them.
Yeah. Shouldn't have to go through all that bullshit for them to raise protocol though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you're right.
Especially like you saying, your fights is a sport, but when you get up on that level, it's a business. If it's really a business, if it's really a business, why isn't it more stringent? You know what I'm saying? Why still there letting shit fall by the wayside? You know what I'm saying? Or is it because my envelope was there going a little fatter this fight? You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy, like I said before, man. Holyfield, man, just getting the knowledge from him You know what I'm saying? Even Big George before he passed, you know what I'm saying? Him telling Deontay stories that I was privy to listen to. You know, it's certain little gestures, you know, they would do in the ring. You know, I don't know exactly what the gestures was. I have to ask Deontay again, but there's certain little gestures they do in the ring so the referee can help you out. Like basically pretty much indicating I got some loot for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, like for sure these old school fighters, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. They're for sure. This definitely was said, you know what I'm saying? God rest his soul, but you know, Big George, Vander, you know, him and Vander close. He was close to Big George too, you know what I mean? But what's my man from London, UK? With the Lennox Lewis, they really be knowing what's going on, man. It's just I actually got a chance to hear it, you know what I'm saying? So I know I ain't like I'm in tune, like, oh, okay, so the business. But like you said before, you would think it would be more stringent, right? You would think, but the commissioner like, hey man, we got a little money going on right here, man. You
don't mess that up.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I think about when I interviewed Stitch Aran, and we brought up, you know, gloves and wrapping the gloves, and we brought up I don't know how it came up. We brought up Margarito and Cotto, and he said that he always thought it was suspect that Margarito's coach, like when you wrap, because I guess Stitch sometimes does the gloves too in certain fights, or maybe he started doing that. Is that when you do the wrapping of the gloves, you put all the equipment on the table, everything's up there, right? But he noticed that when Margarito's coach was doing it, the guy that was wrapping Margarito's hands, is that he maybe some stuff here, and then he kept reaching down to his bag and stuff like that, and he always thought that was suspicious and wondered why nobody really pointed out to that. And that's why Stitch believes that Margarito was a cheater, is that because whenever they wrapped his hands, the guy never put all the stuff on the table, the tape, the gauze, everything, that he was always going back and down to his bag to come back. And he said that was suspicious. And, you know, so I was like, wow, I never thought about that, because, you know, I'm not back there. So this is why I ask these questions, to learn what really goes on in the dressing room. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, you know, so
it'd be a lot, like I said, it'd be a lot of stuff, man. Like I say before, man, I just be like, wow. I just be like, wow, you know, like, but it'd be a lot of weird stuff, man. It'd be a lot of weird stuff. And like I said before, even from just, you know, even with that whole situation, like, let's say the second fight, right? I got this, I think I got a video of it, but when people talk about the water and stuff like that, right? But was the funny part about it is if you watched us coming to the arena that day, I was actually behind Deontay and Chantel. Well, I was walking beside Chantel on the other side, basically in the formation of how we walk to make sure Deontay's good from his security. And if you watch us come to the locker room, I kind of bend this corner, you know, going into the locker room. It wasn't like I just went and turned, you know what I mean? I bent the corner and got in front of them for a reason, because there's this big ass bucket outside, nothing but water in it, right? And I remember Joy asking me, like, bro, what's some water at? Now my dumb ass, guess what? I go grab that bucket of water. I go grab one of the waters out the bucket. The first thing Joy said, bro, we don't know where that water been. Fuck it. I'm finna just give him some drink who he's sponsored by, Recover. At that time, he was sponsored by Recover, right? And shit, you know, I know people, you know, laugh about the whole water thing, but at the same time, I was almost responsible for that shit, because here it is. I'm about to give him some water out that bucket. Not just thinking, shit, here goes some water right here. You know what I mean? Not even using my head at the time, because I'm moving around and trying to get shit done that I need to get done too. You know what I'm saying? Working. And here it is. I'm about to give him some water. But he said, nah. And what's crazy is in most locker rooms, you don't supposed to drink no colored drink. That's what they call, like a colored drink. Most of it supposed to be like water in certain, you know, certain I guess you say certain states. You know what I mean? It'd be like you drink water, it got to be clear. So that's why I was like, damn. You know what I mean? And you know, it may be certain little stuff like I say, Fear didn't want to drink no water. Then you know, he's already had videos about not drinking water after fights and stuff like that, because these guys know the cheating that goes on. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a lot, like I say, and one of the reasons why we walk in formation like that is because you don't want nobody to touch your fighter before the fight because you don't know what that person have on their hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of little stuff that I was privy to learn and understand. It'd be a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. I learned a couple of things from a manager that I know, being with him with his team. They usually buy their stuff fresh from the store around the way, and that's what they use during their fight. They don't take nothing from the arena, nothing from the hotel, nothing. It's whatever they buy personally, and that's for the fight. They go with he goes with the coach, and he goes with one member of the team, and then the fighters there usually just hanging it, but the fighters trusting the manager 1,000%. And I've seen my guy Ricardo go, and he gets everything, rounds it up, and this is what we use for the fight.
And not that same situation was funny is because I know a lot of people was like, well, he ain't get on Jay, he ain't get on the white man, and da 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 da. But guess what? I know for a fact because me and Jay walked past each other. I'm talking about way down the strip. You know what I mean? Way down the strip. I was going past Caesar Palace. I'm way down there trying to get some shopping in. You know what I'm saying? Before the fight. I see Jay walking back. I'm like, what the water for, Jay? Oh, this for Deontay. I can't get he said I can't go nowhere in proximity to get that. I gotta go out and get that. So I knew Jay brought his own water. I personally knew that. That's why people don't know that because I never said nothing about that. I personally knew that. You know what I mean? But maybe a lot, man. Listen, it'd be a lot of stuff, bro. It'd be a lot of stuff, man. And if you're not careful, they gonna snake you.
Yeah,
that's why they say this is a snake business.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Wow.
But man, hey, thank you, bro.
Man, thank you, bro. Like I say, man, I got on the B side, man. Like it's just man. Like I see and know a lot of stuff, man. And they gonna try to put you in the biggest disposition you can be in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I got one more question for you, bro. And this is a personal one for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We two Southern boys. We country bumpkins, right? I'm from Texas. Right. You Florida, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you this, bro. And it's really been heavy on me, like seeing all of the stuff that's transpiring with B and how he had to, get it out the mud. Do you think for boxers in the South, and you can kind of correlate your story with this as well from the B side, bro, do you think like boxers from the South have it a little bit more harder than say a boxer from the East Coast or the DMV or from Cali or from Vegas? Like what has been your experience, you being from the South as well and watching boxers from the South as well, like kind of rise to the top or get it out the mud? Like, could you give us some stories on that real quick, bro, before you go?
Yeah, it's a yeah and no. Reason why I say that because Georgia won, like I guess now since I think Tank's first fight here was 2019, right? When they called Yukiura's Gamboa. That was the first time, especially in Atlanta, that you seen everybody kind of click up and unite. You know what I'm saying? And we had like 2 or 3 fighters from Atlanta on that card, right? But the thing about it is, when after finished playing college football, I did 3 fights. No. I did 4 fights in Tennessee. I did 1 amateur fight here, but the 4 fights in Tennessee, it was different. Why was it different? Because one of the coaches that coached me, he was already a part of the Olympic team. So we already had exposure to going different venues and different smokers, because they call them shows smokers. So we had privy going to different smokers: Alabama, Tennessee, New York, Colorado, and Missouri. So we was getting out there. You see what I'm saying? And we was going, and they would have like different camps too. You know what I'm saying? Because they called the YCAP program, basically like the YMCA, but for kids. You know what I'm saying? Or young adults. Especially in the boxing program that they committed together. So, right. But in Atlanta is different because you got all these gyms. They ain't thinking about the bigger picture. They going against each other. I'm like, people, what are y'all doing? Like, so much bigger than just Atlanta, just Georgia in general. Like that's retarded, you know. But even when you go down to Florida, it's not like that. It's not like that in Florida. In Florida, they fighting. It's not like that in Texas, right? But when we go to these shows, we look down upon is because of the way we think. Like we won't take our guys to these shows up north. You know what I'm saying? The only time, or to a smoker show, only time we're gonna show up is if it's a world ring size, or if you got the golden gloves, or you got the USAs, you got the junior JOs. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's the only time you really gonna see people from the South.
Gotta be a globetrotter, man.
You got when you got California, New York, and Kansas, and all them. Man, they taking flights over here. You know what I mean?
Ohio too.
You know what I mean? It's serious business. As to where in the South, man, you might have 1 or 2 kids who gonna go do their thing, and that's because he already got a name. But what about the ones who don't? You know what I'm saying? Or they're gonna say, well, we ain't got the money and this, and so you mean to tell me you can't get out here and do no fundraisers, you can't raise no money, you can't talk to your I guess you could say the mayor of your county or city. You can't do no talking. You can't talk to the police department to give you some money. You
Can't
mean
find no fish plates, no nothing.
So so it's crazy because in the South, it's like we don't understand that part. That's why we get looked down upon. If you ask me, because like I said, when I first got to Georgia, but when I returned home from college, from staying in Tennessee, man, I'm like, oh, y'all niggas tripping. This gym mad at this gym and this gym don't like this gym. Man, listen, bro, I don't care about none of that because I ain't trying to be no gym fighter. Y'all focus on the wrong thing, man. It's bigger than that. But it wasn't until Javante fought here that everybody started coming like this. And then that's when you seen like guys that start like my coach currently, Mustafa, he kind of changed that narrative because now he's going to Philly. Now he's going to Florida, or he might go to Texas, or he might go to Kansas. He's taking his guys, and a lot of these other guys are starting to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these other guys are starting to follow suit. Like, damn, bro, really getting out. But see, what happens is they hate on Mustafa. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He's just an Instagram coach, or he just like the social media. But in actuality, he's taking his guys around, and not only is he taking his guys around, now his fighters are who the fighters that's on a big level come and see for good work when they get here to Atlanta now. See what I'm saying? Now the bigger fighters or guys who used to be in the amateurs, they looking at Atlanta or Mustafa like, damn, he always taking his fighters to get that work, get his experience. Now them fighters, now they able to hang with these top tier fighters and all these top tier fight. That's why you see guys like Tank, Bud, Xander Zayas, Jamil Herring, Shakur, all them guys come to our gym when they in Atlanta because they know where to work at. You know what I'm saying? As to 10 years ago, shit, you wouldn't know who had to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think, bro. I just think that we looked at it in a certain light because we don't try to go out and get no work.
Yeah.
Now we do, whether it's a smoker show or whether we coming out there for 2-3 days just to get some work. It wasn't no traveling. People, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, listen, you got teenagers, right? Nowadays, teenagers walk around with a wide foot of money. They flexing on the IG. So you mean to tell me you can't give me $100 and you got 15 fighters? Everybody put $100 in. Bro, listen, we got enough of gas to get there and back. We can pile up in the hotel room. We can bring sleeping bags. We can move the bed out. You know what I'm saying? We can move the bed. We can all sleep on the floor. We got a van. You know, they got the big vans now. You know, the 18s.
Yeah, 15 passenger vans, all that. Yeah.
So it shouldn't be no reason. You see what I'm saying? It shouldn't be no reason that can't nobody load up, go get that work, come back. We ain't got to stay a whole week. We can stay 2-3 days. And on the third day, 4 in the morning, come on back. We got enough money to get there, get a cheap motel. We ain't got to stay in no hotel. We can stay in the motel. Get our work in, come back. And that's what I think. and that's why I think that where we fail in the South at. But I think it's starting to come back around now because people starting to follow the footsteps of Mustafa. I ain't never seen so many people from Georgia start traveling until he started posting where he going. You don't never know. You don't know what move might be at.
But that's important too, because I think two things. I think was it Monty Powell that was kind of referenced to that as well, as well, like the Southern fighters.
Monty Powell,
yeah, he was on here. He said the same thing. And then another thing is that now we're in the age of social media, and I know fighters up here in New York. You know, New York gets a lot of attention, you know, because of the Golden Gloves, and I'm sure there's Golden Gloves in other states, but for whatever reason, they get a lot of attention. But there are fighters where, you know, they spar with known fighters or up and coming fighters, Olympians or whatever. But then the people that spar with are not sharing, like, yo, I just sparred with this kid. Look out for this guy. And it's like, you know, it's I don't want to say, you know, we use the word hate a lot, but it's like hating. Like, you know, for example, I'm gonna use my guy, and the guy did a good job. But there's times it doesn't happen. I have a guy here from the Bronx. He went down to Houston, sparred with Shakur. What did Shakur do? He posts him on his Instagram and say, yo, I did some good work with this kid. But there are fighters that are not like Shakur that would do that for another fighter. And that's what I think is messed up. I think that's hatred. Like they hate, and yeah, they get into work, but they should post and say, look out for this young kid from South Carolina or from ATL or from Tennessee, because there's not enough eyes on fighters down in those locations. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you got named fighters that can you know promote those fighters and put their name out there. Like, yo, he just gave you some good work. Look out for this guy. You know, and that brings attention to maybe other promoters, you know, scouts or whatever the case may be. Like, oh, let me go check this guy out. Coaches, you know. So
right. No, you're right. Yeah, you ain't definitely lying about that. But I try to, like, even though, because I ain't no social media guy, you know what I'm saying? I never posted me sparring nobody. And if I did, it was probably something that I was working on. Because boxing saved my life. So it ain't something that I play with, you know what I mean? And I definitely ain't trying to throw nobody on the bus or throw shade at nobody. So my best bet is for me not to post at all. I mean, even on my IG, I don't even be on my IG anyway, right? Mm-hmm. But I always shout people out, even when I even when I spar. He from Tennessee. He was actually getting ready to fight Rolly before Rolly signed to fight Tank. And he was a southpaw kid that used to run with Caleb Plant. Shit, that was some good work. You know what I mean? That was some good work. We ended up taking a picture and whatever like that. It was another guy that I sparred from North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be a hot commodity. We sparred. It was some good work. You know what I'm saying? The first day, I got the best of him. The second day, he came back, and I can say he got the best of me. You know what I'm saying? But it was good work. You know what I mean? And I ain't afraid to say, man, that was some good ass work right there. I ain't afraid to say that. You know what I mean? But I think you get people who are afraid to say he good work, and then when they say, oh, but I heard we're having a spar, and then you want to go and spend the whole show and what really happened. Nah, man, it's sparring, it's good work. Like, I'm not afraid to say, oh, bro, yeah, bro got the best of me.
Yeah, bro. I got sharp in the day. Iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I
seen, like, I was just at a damn sparring session a couple of days ago. Guys got some good work in. Mm-hmm. And one guy was like, you gonna tell me, you know what I'm saying, help me out, tell me what I need to do. You know what I did, Tay? I went to the opposite corner and told the other guy what his mistakes was. I said, make him pay for every mistake. He said, why you ain't tell? I said, I was telling you when the guy kept hitting you with that left hook. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, man, it's good. Yeah. It's good work, man.
Let me ask Tay this, man. And I'm gonna keep it in the South, bro. Based off all your story, man, your stories and your experiences, man, what do you tell these fighters that you come across or you build a relationship with, like a B Norman, or, you know, got guys that's underneath him, like Lil Pop, Lil J, you know what I'm saying, out there?
That's what I was talking about earlier on from the OTS, Javon Water. Like I say, Awesome, bro, because there's so many names you got to remember.
Yeah,
bro, I just be forgetting. But yeah,
hey, bro, I'm in the South, bro. I tap in with all of the fighters in the South for a reason. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you see dudes like him, and I just seen him in the picture with B and Abdullah. That went viral. You know what I'm saying? Right, so when you see dudes like Lil Pop and B and all them guys, like, or even guys underneath them that we might not know yet, they might fight on the OTX card, or another regional card or something like that. Like, what do you be telling those guys, bro? What's the message?
Man, bro, I'm like I say, man, I stay in them guys' ass. Man, in the ass, like Matt Truck. Everybody familiar with Matt Truck, right?
Yeah, I know Matt.
Him and Mustafa, they got into it, whatever. You know, he went with Bozy and stuff like that, and now he back here in Atlanta training, working out again or whatever like that. But like I tell that, boy, you need to get that goddamn weight off you. I don't sugarcoat it. Boy, what you doing? Boy, you got bigger, boy. What you doing? Nah, bro, like that ain't it. Like I stay on these guys' ass. I see Pop, you know what I'm saying? Pop might lose a fight. Hey, bro, I don't fuck with everybody else talking about my boy. That was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, don't get down on that. But get better. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let me tell you what you're doing, though. Let me tell you what you need to do. You can take my advice or not. Bro, you know, you got your coach, but I'm not saying you got a bad coach, but bro, you running your hands, my nigga, that shit don't translate to the fight, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've told him, like, bro, sit down on your punch. Like, I remember, like, especially when he was younger, like, sit down on your punches a little bit more. Because it was a time where I was small enough where me and him was spar. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be like, bro, what I need to do. And it was always good work between me and him. Like, sit down a little bit more. But he'll run his hands. Don't get me wrong, he fast as shit, but he'll run his hands, but I won't feel nothing because it's ba 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 ba. It was like almost amateurish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really feeling that. You know what I mean? The effects of it. Money Pal, like me and Money still talk to this day. Like that's my go-to guy. Money, he'll be like when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? Not coming up, but you know, get my feet wet with the guys here in Atlanta. You know, man, Money would always get the best of me, and he was bigger than me, but it didn't matter because I would always tell Money, like, bro, keep going. After he had his first loss, like, bro, what you doing? No, we need to get back in this ring, bro. Why you ain't fought in a minute? Oh man, he was going up in weight one time. I'm like, bro, why you going up in weight? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm gonna get that off you. I know how to do that. Why you ain't hit me up? Oh, I ain't know. Nah, bro, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell these guys, keep going. Like Mo Millions, he just lost a fight on OTX. Good fight, damn good fight. You know what I'm saying? On the OTX first pink slip fight. Told him, bro, that was a hell of a fight. But you know, you had that long layoff. I still feel like you should have had a fight before then. Like I know, you know, you get tired of fighting over his opponents, but at the same, not only you ain't just gaining experience, you gaining what it feel like to be back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can use those 8-ounce gloves, 6-ounce gloves to hit the mix, but my nigga, the mix don't hit back. You know what I'm saying? Get you one of them fights with somebody. I ain't saying you got to be a hard fight. Get you somebody who's gonna mix it up with you. You know what I'm saying? See the punches coming a little bit more. Trusting what you doing a little bit more. Like Mo Millions, hell of a fighter. Shit, I sparred him several times, so I know what he really can do. And you started seeing that towards the 4th, 5th, 6th round. But you in a 6th round fight. But you said, notice I said 4th, 5th, 6th. He started late and he wasn't really trusting his defense. If you ask me, he got a hell of a defense, but that comes from long layoffs. You see what I'm saying? Well, versus a fighter who been fighting. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't take those layoffs like that. You know what I'm saying? But I would say I tell them guys that I just stay in their ear like, bro, listen, I'm older, so I of course I know. May not have had a lot of fights, but I've been in the ring with a lot of people in different sparring. That's where my experience come from. A lot of sparring. You know what I'm saying? So bro, I done been there. I done seen it. And plus, I fought a 2-time former champion. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like, bro. You got to stay in that ring. If you don't stay in it, you got to go. You might have to go to Mexico, get you one of them fights. You might have to go over here to Colombia, get you 2-3 fights real quick. You gonna listen, bro. Y'all boys buying all this designer and this jewelry, but you won't pay to 1,000 for you can pay $1,000, 1,200. No, not 12,000, 1,200 over here in Colombia. You can fight 3 days in a row for 1,200. 3 days in a row. Save your money, get you a flight. You ain't got to stay at the best hotel because you coming to fight anyway. 1,200 get you 3 fights in Colombia. You mean to tell me you can't put 12? You're gonna go buy these Jordans? They gonna cost you 200. You're gonna take your little lady out, gonna cost you another 200. You already at 400 right there. Then you're gonna buy your little neck piece, whatever. You know how my heritage we do. We get some gold chains. You're gonna spend about a good $500-600 on that, probably even $1,000, depending on it. Here it is, you don't spend $1,000 chain, you don't spend $1,400 in a week. But you tell me you can't put $1,200 to go to Colombia. You can get you a little cheap ass flight over there and flight back round trip. Come on, bro. Come on, man. That's why, like I tell them, like, man, listen, bro. I don't know what y'all doing, because if I had it that way, if I had it to where I know I'm on the B side and I ain't got to take no B side fights, bro. I can go get me some A side fights and pay $1,200. I'm gonna go do that so I can get the feel of the ring. They gonna ask you what type of fight you want. You know, just tell them you want a guy to mix it up with. You need that ring, the ring experience, the ring, like they say, the ring generalship. All that stuff correlates. Stay in the ring. Stay there. Stay in there.
Yeah.
Stay in there. So I keep it real with all of them though, man. But like I said, when I think after Pop first lost, I think he was on the money team, and I was telling him like, bro, you ain't did nothing wrong. Keep doing what you're doing, because again, the same ones who's talking about you are the same ones who's not fighting nobody. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? And people would look at my resume and say, well, I get not the resume, but box rank. Oh, you ain't fought nobody. Well, who the fuck was I supposed to fight? Everybody supposed to beat me anyway. You know? So yeah, I just tell them guys, man, like I keep it 1,000 with them, man. Hey man, stay in there. My boy Hot Rod, I think Hot Rod, he bring a big crowd. He'll let you know, bro. I ain't trying to be Florida, anybody like that, but he's well known in Atlanta. He brings a big crowd, but he will fight you. He gonna let you know, bro. I ain't trying to be you. I ain't trying to be this person. I'm trying to go get this bread, because I know if I can get me a $25,000 fight, $30,000 fight, bro, I know what I'm gonna do with that money. I'm gonna flip that. You know what I mean? So I just tell them, man, bro, I don't hate on them. I like, bro, keep doing your thing. But that's one thing I do remember telling Pop, like probably like 4 or 5 years ago, man, bro, just sit down on your punches. You ain't did nothing wrong, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. You running your hands, but make it correlate to what you're doing inside the ring. Other than that, man, I just try to keep people going, bro. Just keep them going, because I want somebody to keep me going. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I don't know if you're downplaying it when you say, man, I ain't had this many fights and this, that, and that. Sometimes the best advice comes from cats like you. They don't come from world champions. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, I don't have any pro experience, but the gyms I leave in the gym, guys still damn come to me today, man. I appreciate you telling me this, man.
No, for sure. Again, man, like I said before, man, Bomac, prime example. People laugh at Bomac record, but look what Bomac is producing. You know what I'm saying? Not just Bud, but you know, the guys that's in this camp, the guys that's up under them, you know, the ones that don't get talked about. Look at all those guys. You know what I'm saying? Derrick James, he wasn't the best fighter, but look what he's produced. 2 different champions. Well, 3 now with old girl. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man, like it don't always got to come from the best fighter or the person who knows so much knowledge about boxing. It don't got to come, man. Just for somebody saying, "Hey, bro, listen, you kept getting hit with that uppercut because you were doing this, and the third." When your own coach might not even see that. So everything, I take everything, especially when it comes to boxing, because I know it saved my life. When somebody tell me something, I try to go back and see what they see. I don't try to brush them off or nothing like that, because I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything, but I go try to see, like, damn, okay. Then I ask my coach, "Hey, coach, man," he said, but then your coach might give me, "Man, why you listen to other people?" Well, shit, because you don't see everything. See, I'm the type of person who will go back and forth with my coach. Like before before Mustafa, Coach Cannon, God rest his soul, because he passed on me last year. That's another reason why I haven't fought too. But shit, man, me and this month, man, we used to go at it every single day. And guess what? People in the gyms were like, "Oh, they don't like each other. They'll talk shit about me and him, right?" We'll leave out the gym the same day. He might have me sparring. He might get pissed off at me, leave the gym, because I ain't doing what's being told of me to do. And then he'll pull back up after the sparring. And I'm like, man, that's fucked up. And we just say what we say and we just start talking. And people like, what the fuck? We had that kind of relationship, you know what I'm saying? But he knows that he know how I am. You know what I mean? When I get snappy attitude, it go quick. But at the same time, I'm always listening. I'm always down for the new information. I'm a people person, so you can talk to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna brush somebody away because everybody has an input, whether it's right or wrong. Everybody got an opinion. But I'm the type of person, if somebody tell me something, I'm gonna research it. I'm gonna go look for myself. And if it's something there, I'm gonna ask somebody. If I can't get it out of my coach, I'm gonna ask another coach. You know what I'm saying? It ain't to disrespect my coach. I believe what he's telling me, but he don't know everything. And I don't know everything. Yeah, man. So for sure.
Oh man. 503 asked that question, and it's almost equivalent to when you're on the phone with your mom. You know what I'm saying? You be, all right, mom, I'm gonna talk to you later. And then you're on the phone with her another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Bo Five, because
Yeah,
we
bro,
still got some good, you know what I'm saying?
listen,
We got
bro,
some
I
good.
got man, listen, man, I got stories for days when it comes to boxing, bro. I can go all night, bro. Like I got stories for days because, like I say, but I don't, different championship world camps. I fought the 2-time former world champion. Shit, I ain't even supposed to have that fight. And then then even with Lil B, you know what I'm saying? And shit, I knew he was special since day one though. Man, I can name different guys, bro. Like different guys, man. I remember seeing Buddy from Boots Gym on Quadir. I really like Quadir, even though I feel like some bullshit what he said about Norman. You know what I mean? And then of course they had to repost the sparring footage of that. But I like Quadir. I think he gonna be one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't hate on nobody. You know what I mean? I think he gonna be one of the ones. But I got stories for days, guys. Who I done seen in the gym come get wrecked. Man, I done seen it all, man. I ain't gonna everything, but I done seen. Yeah. I done
So
seen
what
it.
you're saying is you want to come back and do a part 2.
And we can do a part 5, man.
That's what's up.
Nobody
I was gonna ask one thing. Did you recommend like I mean I guess it's like different different strokes for different folks, right? So there's fighters that are in for the money, and there's fighters that really want to be serious about it. I have a guy here, Emma Williams fought, I believe last month in Texas. He fought somebody short notice, but they offered a fight to a friend of mine here in the Bronx on like 2-3 days notice, and it was good money. And he was like, nah, man, they put me in there to basically just lose and turn it down. Was that a smart choice, or what do you think? I mean, I think it's a smart choice because he's trying to take it serious and he don't want to go in there. He's basically going against the grain. He's got to probably stop ammo, drop him or something. You know what I'm saying? On 3 days notice, you got to take a flight all the way to Houston from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think?
Well, it's 2 things. Well, it's 3 things. Was he in shape?
Well, he's always in the gym, so he was in shape.
Okay. Yeah. They always say stay ready so you don't have to get ready. All right. Then, is he financially stable? Is he hurting for money?
Well, he works a 9 to 5, so I think he's pretty good. So, okay, yeah. I was just curious because we see different scenarios where people take fights short notice and what they gotta deal with, and it was like, why would you take that fight? Well, that's why I wanted to ask.
And then the third thing is how old is he?
He's in his 20s. I think he's 20. I want to say 26, 27.
It depends, man. See, me, I'm gonna say yeah, because I already know the bread gonna come like that. Man, listen, man. They always say the shots that you don't take is the ones you need to take. The ones you need to take. No matter, and like I say, I truly believe in staying ready so you don't have to get ready, right? And that's why you can kind of see I'm coming down now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do want to fight again, but for me, it ain't about win, lose, or draw. For me, bro, I know that I'm getting up there in age, but I do know that I'm 72, 8-2, something like that. But I know once I get to like 10, 11 fights, 12 fights, 7, 8, 9. So I'm able to go fight somebody who might have 16-0, 17-0, who might be paying that 35,000, 40,000. I already made some of that money with Ndongo anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like for me, bro, you get shit, but let me go pick the check up right here. Right, wrong, or indifferent. You know what I'm saying? Let me go pick that money up.
He's got decent experience too, so that's why I talked to his manager, and I was like, you know, he's been in the ring with Brandon Adams, he's been in the ring with Kalen Walsh, and he's been in the ring with Andrea Holmes. So
now he might want to win, but my thing is this. But if you train like that every day, it shouldn't be no question. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I know you might want that fight camp where you studying and doing everything to mimicking your fighting and stuff like that. I truly understand that, right? But at sometimes that don't even matter because they might switch some up on you too. So like my whole thing is, like I say before, when guys do that, they be scared to fight unless he ain't in shape. You know
I have to see. I didn't ask that. He just said it was 3 days. I think it was 3 days before the fight, because he had to go through and he's looking to build this record. So he's on a 2-fight winning streak. He's about to fight next week actually, but they offered a fight. So that's why I'm saying he was. I think he was in shape because he's
now, look, let's say is because for one thing for sure he working 9 to 5. He get that money. He can probably take him 2-3 days off from work.
Yeah,
rest, possibly a week if he got the time, right?
Well, this is the same guy that he fought Kalen Walsh, and before the fight, we asked him, what you gonna do? What you're planning? He said, I got to go to work tomorrow. So and then even after the fight, he just went 10 rounds with Kalen Walsh in a close fight. I thought it was a close fight. He's like, I'm going to work, and he went to work hours later because he didn't get home till like 2-3 o'clock. So. I mean, he probably could have took a couple days and came back and went right to work.
Man. Because guess what? That fight could have went to a decision. It probably could have been a close fight, or he may not have gotten the win. But guess what? Somebody gonna have him back because it was a good fight. You see what I'm saying? All that was just put you in a position to where you got another fight coming up, but you already got the money from the last fight to stay financially stable. So that way, when you get the next money, now you probably got 250,000. Now the next fight, you probably will make another 250,000, 300,000. But that's 500 some odd thousand right there within 3-4 months of you just having a close fight. You know what I'm saying? Now you sitting at $500,000 on the year.
Yeah.
So I look at it like that.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody don't manage their money like you do, Tay, man. Yeah. They gonna go buy the chains and Jordans and stuff.
Yeah, but it's all about the mindset too, and that's why I asked that question because it all depends on the mindset. You know what I'm saying? So, and then being a B-side fighter, taking a fight in that notice, your mindset is you got to be ready for the fight, but you got to go at it maybe a little bit differently. Like I'm not getting a decision. I got to stop this guy, or I got to do something a little bit different than what
let me ask you this: what is going? If you got to get a decision, if you got to get a knockout, what's stopping you from training that hard in the first place? Because if you're training like that already, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm not gonna worry about that. Like I say, even when I fought, when we talked about my first loss, I said, it was listen. It was literally a couple days before. Like I said, my coach told me to take some time off. He came out of nowhere saying, "Well, they said it is at 150." A couple days later, I'm like, "Damn, y'all just told me to take some time off." Get there, it was at 158. Man, I'm not finna go back down the expressway when I ain't getting no money.
Yeah.
I'm finna get my money. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. I'm finna get my money. You know what I mean? And again, at that time, I was already on salary anyway. I didn't need the money, but I know what that money can do though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know what it can do. And I did take me a couple days after that. So man, I don't know. I'm just different though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe he in it to win it, become champion, the case may be, but that ain't everybody's dream. You know what I mean? Some people get in it to make a difference. I know a guy right now who was just in Deontay's last camp, but he been begging to come to Deontay camp. Now he got a record that's shitty, but the motherfucker got almost 100 fights at heavyweight. But because his experience, he's able to keep up in the ring because he done fought everybody. You see what I'm saying? Not only has he fought everybody, bruh, he make damn near just as much as the fighters make 1 million. Bruh, he making all this money. He fighting every other month.
Wow.
Making all this money. A true journeyman. Making all this money, man. Retired from his 9 to 5. You see what I'm saying? 10,000 here, 30,000 there, 40,000 here. Man, if you come on, man, if you're doing 30, 40, 50, 60, 30, 40, 50, 60 over a whole year, bro, you damn near made 200 some odd thousand.
Wow.
So some of these guys look at it differently than others. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, especially if you're going to distance in all these fights. Oh, everybody, all the promoters gonna want you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all going. And then let's just say you slip up and beat one of them guys. Oh hell, you done slipped up, beat one of them guys, and guess what? Now, let's say I fight at 154, right? I done slipped up and beat one of them guys. Now here, goddamn Chalo need a fight. He need a comeback fight. Now here it is. I done been working and fighting all these guys for $20,000, $30,000. Like I was talking about earlier, that breakthrough. Now here it is. I'm getting 300,000. So some people look at it different. You know what I mean? Some people look at it differently. You know what I mean? And it may not be the case for him, but I know for me, shit, I need that money. I need that money. Yeah.
Now y'all want to get quiet.
What? Because it froze up, or at least on mine.
I can go, man. Like
this is dope.
I look at things totally different than a lot of people do, man. Totally different, especially when it pertains to boxing, man. I be looking at it totally different. Like, nah, bro, get that bread or this, and the third. So what you lost?
Yeah.
You know, people gonna call you bum. So fucking what? Guess what? I'm a bum that made 500,000 while you still make that little 60,000.
If that.
If that, yeah. That's just, some people don't get to see that. Some people only getting a few grand for a fight.
That's what I'm saying, man. But even though, like I say, even for the Ndongo fight, it wasn't much, but it was enough. You know what I'm saying? It was more than that shit. It was more than some of the guys who get paid on OTX right now. You know what I mean? It was cool enough for me. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna go get the money. But then again, like I said before, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
You gotta get ready, man.
But if you train like that, you don't have to get ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure. It's one thing to be in the gym. Anybody can be in the gym.
Yeah.
But if you train like you got a fight coming up, you ain't gotta get ready. And honestly, I actually learned that from Junior, Norman Jr. For sure.
Okay. I'll tell you, man, for the third time, we're gonna get up out of here. Tell the people where we can find you, how we can follow you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be seen, you want to be heard.
I'm on Twitter. __ Tay Jones _ on Twitter X, man. I be over there more than anything. You know what I'm saying? The Instagram normally just for my wife and send the kids. I don't even entertain Instagram like that no more. I just love Twitter. I love Twitter, man. And that's where I be at.
Yeah, Twitter is where I see Tay mostly.
Yeah, I be on that Twitter. Well, I love that Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter, I need to be on it a little bit more. I
gotta pay attention to it so I can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because I never got caught up in it when it jumped off, and now it just look like it's something you got to be on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Twitter, depending on who you follow, I like it mostly, not even boxing. I like it more for football and like college football. If you follow the right people, you get all the insights and stuff. That's what I really like it for. Especially I follow my team more with that too. You get the news firsthand from Twitter than anywhere else.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah, that's why I love that Twitter. I love that Twitter.
Hey, bro, Twitter is where it's at, man.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
trade
yeah,
deadline.
that's where I'm at. I'm on there. Underscore Tay Jones underscore. I'm on there, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I follow Thomas on that guy already. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I'm over there, boy. I love that Twitter. Yeah.
All right, Tay. I'm gonna ask you one more question on the way out the door. It could be comedic or it can be actually serious based on the person.
Okay.
Are you helping Mustafa train Aaron the plumber?
Look
Look at him.
Hell no.
Come on there, man.
Nah, man. Nah.
Try to squabble, man.
Nah, man. That man, bro. Look, man, bro, different too, man. He cool dude though. He cool individual, bro. Nah, man. Hell no. I got another fighter. I got another fighter that's I think he's 17-2. 17-4, 17-2 is one of them, but I got another fighter that I'm training.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Keep us posted. You know what I'm saying? When he gonna get active, you know what I'm saying, so we can keep up with him.
Yeah, that's funny, boy.
I had to.
No, that's funny, boy. Golly, yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and get back to your evening, Tay. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna do? I'm gonna reach back out to you. Might not be next week, but it's gonna be in some time. But we gonna bring you back, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Come back, tell some stories, potentially about your fighter that you're training. You know what I'm saying? But we love to have you back, man.
Nah, for sure, man. I like the deal. Man.
I'm gonna butt in and say I want to bring you on when I do my preseason NFL picks.
Let's
do
it.
Over unders and stuff. I will see. I think you'll be good for that. So I'll bring you with me and D Free. We go and talk, over unders. So I did good on my baseball bets, and it's still going. I do over under team totals. So
let's do it.
All right,
let's do it.
All right, bro. Next time, man.
All right, man. Peace, brothers.
Peace.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hello.
Yo, D-Man's funny. He said,
"Oh man, that was a good one, man. That was actually our record damn longest show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but it was good, man. It was good.
And I want to shout out Five for filling in. You know what I'm saying? It's a Thomas got out of traffic, man. You know what I'm saying?
And you're welcome to come back again. I mean, this is dope. I mean, you know.
Nah. I'm good, brother. I don't want to be a third wheel. I only come back if my services are needed, brother.
Nah, your services can always. You ask good questions. Though. I told you that the other day when you did the interview with Keith Cologne. You asked good questions. And
real good questions. I told him that.
So.
Yeah, man. I'm just thankful. It took 14 episodes for me to finally get the call, man. I didn't want that motherfucker to get to. I didn't want it to get to 114 for come on the show. So I'm just thankful. I made it, goddamn me. But nah, this is good though, bro. Apologies. I wasn't trying to keep y'all on too long, but I really wanted to ask Tay those questions though. You know what I'm saying?
Get it off, man. Get it off. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, this was dope. This was dope, man. Like I say, I tell Kay this all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got something good over here, bro. Just keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah, for
man,
sure.
We appreciate that, man. We really do, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all got anything else? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, this is dope. This was great. I mean, I love doing this show because it's to me it's educational. It teaches people things on what's been going on in the business. You know what I'm saying? In the ring, out the ring, and stuff like that. And this is stories, and you don't get these stories all the time. And that's why I like doing interviews in general and ask questions. I did an interview the other day, and we got the business side of it. We interviewed a manager, okay. And it's all about education, and I treat it like a first date most of the time. I'm trying to find out about them. They tell me about themselves, and we ask questions. We want to know who they are, and it's an education process. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love doing this.
You full of shit, Thomas. Why you don't be asking what their zodiac sign is and what their favorite color
You ain't shit. Oh man.
Man, hey, on that note, man, hey, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that stayed with us the entire time. Shout out to my boy Tay Jones for gracing us, you know what I'm saying, with many stories, many gems. Shout out to my boy 503 for pulling up, you know what I'm saying, being who he is and asking good questions. And again, man, shout out to my boy Thomas, man. You know what I'm saying? You help fuse this together, being Mr. Technical, you know what I'm saying? And I can be the asshole that I am. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah, it's a great show. It's a great concept. This is your concept that you came up with, and you know, I jumped on the wagon, and I'm all aboard, and I like it. I mean, this is fun. You know, I didn't even do my regular Friday shows. I haven't done it in a minute. I'm getting grief from people from STN Network.
oh man, tell them I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to hold you hostage, man.
Nah, you're not. It's just that you know, being a content creator, you know, I wanna provide some type of substance. And you know, I like doing these interviews and stuff. I feel like that's great substance there, and you know, it's educational and it helps out. You know, and it brings something different to the table than just my opinions, and you know, and whoever else I have on the panel. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is. I just got to motivate myself to do it. I'll be back Fridays because I'll be talking more football now, so I have something more to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, but, yeah.
I don't know if y'all can hear that alarm going off outside. Somebody's car alarm is going off, and we're going to use that as our closing note to get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But, man, hey, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned because we don't know who your next damn guest is. So stay tuned so y'all can find out. Y'all will find out by the midweek. And who it is, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a fighter, manager, promoter, you know what I'm saying, official, anybody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that you want to see, somebody you don't want to see, but you will see them here. This has been Tales from the B-Side. I'm Tom. I'm about to say I'm Thomas. I'm not Thomas.
Damn, I'm KG.
Y'all get an opportunity at the belt, but once again, we so blessed to fight him.
We're giving you an opportunity.
He got the belt.
He got the belt.
He came to y'all. He got the belt. He did not come to. That's what you say. He did not come.
No matter how they try to belittle you, attack your character, create lies and false narratives, understand two things. We dress clean and we fight clean. Salute to the clean fighters.
They claim that this community is so drug-free, but it don't look that way to me.
And I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
As usual suspects here.